What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, according to Stephen A. Smith of ESPN's First Take, he received a text message from Floyd Mayweather stating Mayweather was open to the idea of a rematch with Pacquiao next year, 2016, after Pacquiao recovers from his shoulder rehab. As you guys know, Pacquiao, he hurt his rotator cuff at some point, and he's going undergoing surgery. Is going to take probably leave him out of the sport for the rest of this year in terms of the rehab. Now, I want to get my thoughts on a rematch, and basically, I'm going to be brutally honest, like I always am. I personally don't really care to even see a rematch, and to me, it's amazing that you got people saying the fight was boring. I wasted $100. It was uneventful. Fight sucked. Mayweather hugged and clinched all night. He ran all night, right? And this is a black eye on the sport of boxing. Boxing suffers. Boxing is dead as a result of this fight. Yet, when this news came out that Mayweather texts Stephen A. Smith saying he's open to the idea of a rematch, some of those same people are now saying, "Oh yeah, let's see a rematch. Pacquiao was hurt. This is good," and now they're riding for a rematch. So it's funny to me how people in the sport of boxing are so emotional that they flip flop. First of all, this was the worst event ever, and boxing is dead. Why would you want to see it twice? Me personally, I seen what I needed to see. Whether you want to say it's because Pacquiao's injury or not, I've already seen it, and I'm content moving on. There's other young fighters I would much rather focus on. These guys are at the tail end of their career. They made a gang of money. Floyd Mayweather solidified himself as a Hall of Famer. Pacquiao as well. They both have a good resume. And it's over. You know what I'm saying? I thought once we get past this chapter, boxing would go on. But now they're trying to string it along and charge every dollar. And I just don't want to see it. I thought it was a clear-cut conclusion. And I want to talk about the injury some more in this. I already made a video. Funny thing is, in my video, when I make points, I give you evidence. I show you on screen what I'm talking about, especially in those type of videos, right? And people will be like, "You're full of shit, Ego. You suck. I hate you. You're lying," right? But they never tell me what I'm lying at. They never disprove what I'm saying. They just say blanket statements. So to me, that lets me know you have no point. Because if you had a point, why instead of typing me a bunch of other stuff, why wouldn't you respond to what's being presented to you? If you were in the court of law and the defense has something against you and they bring up all these points, you're not going to be like, "Oh, you're lying, you're full of shit," but not prove yourself, not show how they are lying and slandering you or whatever the situation is. So I just find these things mighty funny. As far as the shoulder injury, I've already explained. I don't know what the details are, when he got it. He says he was denied. My whole thing is very simple. Let me break it down. Whether, let's say the hypothetically this shoulder injury is true, it is still negligent in terms of Team Pacquiao. One, you filled out the questionnaire incorrectly. That's misrepresentation. So a team with that much seniority, I think Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao have the longest reigning fighter slash trainer relationship in boxing, right? So that's a ton of wisdom, knowledge, and seniority. Pacquiao has 65 professional fights. Freddie Roach, a former fighter. Pacquiao has more fights than Mayweather. And you incorrectly filled out a questionnaire. You know this is just basic practice. These are routine questions. Basic like rigmarole for a fighter. Fighters get their hand wraps, they get it signed, they get their gloves looked at and inspected. These are basic practices that all boxers go through. Physicals, filling out this medical form and questionnaire, liability type paperwork. These are basic practices all boxers go through. So especially someone in the position like Pacquiao, he's been through tons of big fights, 65 professional fights. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that your team or whoever filled it out, you knew you had a shoulder injury but made a mistake and accidentally filled it out incorrectly and hit the wrong. It's a hand. It's not like a scantron, or it's not like a computer test. This is a handwritten, and that's why they do it handwritten in 2015. A handwritten document that you can go. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you just click the wrong button or something on a computer. This is handwritten, and you check no for a shoulder injury. I can't understand any logic in that. So either way, even if it is true, it's absolutely true. I think Team Pacquiao is very negligent. They know these practices. They know the procedures of all professional fighters. They've been in big fights before. So to withhold information makes no sense. And also, this whole idea of his shoulder being hurt and they knew about it surfacing has led Pacquiao, Team Pacquiao, into hot water as they're being now investigated by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, as well as it was just reported by CBS that Manny Pacquiao, Bob Arum, Top Rank, Michael Conks, Todd DeBuff of Top Rank, they're being sued in a class action lawsuit from the U.S. District Court of Las Vegas. And the basic lawsuit is the plaintiffs are saying is misrepresentation, non-disclosures. So the issue, and this is kind of the case that I'm making, where you could see how they might lose this case. Just depends. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of like political, like lawyer jargon and stuff, but people bought tickets under the impression that you were ready to go. All of the videos you posted on Instagram, oh, praise be to God, and 1 week to go, and running with the people and sparring, and all the interviews, the weigh-in, you look comfortable, you look happy, everything leading up to the fight, there was no indication that you were hurt, right? So people purchased tickets with the impression that this was 100% healthy or close to 100%, since no one's technically 100%, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, and we're going to get the fight we wanted to see. They also gambled and bet money based on what they think you are capable of doing. So you see, when you withhold information, it creates the ripple in the pond, because now the people who thought they were getting a fair fight may not be getting the fight they expected because you withheld information. It's no different than if I go to my physician, my doctor, and they're asking me basic questions. I'm saying, Doc, hey, Doc, I'm having trouble breathing. She asked me direct questions. Hey, Ego, do you smoke cigarettes? Are you sexually active? Do you exercise? I lied to all three of those questions, right? Let's say I smoke 3 packs every 2 days of cigarettes, right? And I tell her I don't smoke cigarettes. Do you think she can give me the proper diagnosis if she doesn't even know and I'm not being truthful? I'm like fibbing. How is she going to give me the proper diagnosis? She could be like, oh, you have asthma, thinking I have asthma because I lied to her and said that I don't smoke cigarettes when I really do, when cigarettes all along could have been the issue. So I don't care what anybody says. I'm not saying I wanted to see the fight go through hangups or postponement, but I would rather that than excuses. I would rather, if Manny Pacquiao was not prepared to fight, not see him fight, period. And that's with any fighter. If someone, I don't like postponements. I'm an impatient boxing fan like everybody else. But again, if you're sending your fighter out with a handicap, then I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to deal with excuses and that kind of stuff. And it's illogical to think that his team dropped the ball like that, and why they would do that. It's like, if I'm a general, I'm General Patton, General Ego, and this is the Vietnam War. I send my troops out. They have no training. They have no training on gun handling. They don't have a gun. They don't have a helmet. Yeah, you're bound to get hit with something. Friendly fire, ricochet, crossfire. They don't know what to do. They don't know what a landmine looks like. They're not going to be prepared for war. Same thing with these fighters. That's why they go through these processes of inspecting the gloves and hand wraps and different things like that. So if you don't disclose something like this, you could see how you would disrupt the whole, the proper flow, ebb and flow of a fight, because people bet on you. People bought tickets under the pretense that this was the Manny Pacquiao that they've supported for all of these years. So again, like I said in my last video, some people want to argue, oh, it's absolutely true. That's great. I mean, you're making my point stronger if it is true, because that is extremely negligent to send your fighter out and he's not ready. Him or her, whoever your fighter is. So that's my thoughts. As far as the rematch, I really could care less. I really want to move beyond the Mayweather Pacquiao. They're at the tail end of their careers. They're older fighters. They've already accomplished a lot in the sport. And I think it's only fair that we start paying a lot of attention to some of these up and comers. They're working, they're hungry and stuff. Floyd Mayweather saying, I'm not even hungry. I'm just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, do I love boxing like I once did? Absolutely not. Pacquiao's making up excuses and bringing up different things and being more of a poor sport. He won the Bradley fight, as far as I'm concerned, and they said he lost, and he took that more graciously than he's taking this particular fight, right? So, I mean, at this point, I would rather move beyond Mayweather and Pacquiao. And like I said, if a rematch is bound to happen, then that's probably what it is going to happen. But I really don't care. I would be content if they both retired. I would be content if they went on to fight other options and, you know what I mean, kept it pushing. That's my honest thoughts. Like normal, drop me a comment. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.